So I was asked to make a tier list of Warriors controllers, and I was told I am not a gamer. What? I have not seen or touched half of these controllers in my entire life. How horrible is my tier list going to be? Well, it's time to rank them, and I have to say, I have no idea what the f is this controller, so I'll put it on a F. There's so many controllers literally on a first row I have never seen before. I just don't know what these are, man. Have I played with any joysticks? I've never seen this before. I have never played it with any of these. No, I've never played with any of the joysticks. Is that a toaster? Yeah, it's a toaster. Why is a toaster a controller? I'm gonna be honest, NES controller, sure, it feels okay, but the D-pad, I've never really liked D-pads. It hurts my thumb if I play too much with it. It feels like a brick, but I will put it on a B for that reason. Now N64, people can disagree or agree. I think it's okay controller. Many times you will just play with a joystick and the right side of the controller. But the left side you never use. You rarely use the D-pad at all. But my downside is that the stick gets really loose. You will have to press hard with it. That's what my old controllers used to do. That's kind of the reason I would put it on a C, but because it's an N64 controller, I think I want to put it on a B.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Alright, the GameCube controller is literally like there's no contest about it. It's one of the best controllers I've personally ever used. I like how it looks like. It feels really good in hand. Of course, like any controller, it can give you hand issues if you hold the controller hard or press the buttons hard. Joy-Cons. Personally, I prefer Pro Controller anytime over Joy-Cons. I will put the Joy-Cons on like a D tier, but there are a couple reasons Joy-Cons are actually good. When you need to aim with your right hand, that it's just really awkward to do with the Pro Controller. In Super Mario Galaxy for SM64 All-Stars, I prefer to play with the Joy-Cons. It's just, well, naturally much better because it's a Wii game. Then about the Pro Controller, feels the same. It feels like a GameCube controller to me. It has a lot of buttons too, so it's good for Steam games to use. NES over Joy-Cons, great list. I'm here to cause some havoc and try to make people mad at me for having an opinion. This is a Wii's Pro Controller. It's okay, but I would personally not use it like for almost anything but just to access home menu and channels. But the controller itself for playing around with, it's definitely better than the other Wii controller like that. I think this one was first because it doesn't have that like grips at all. It just feels weird in hands. Wii U Pro Controller. I don't understand why they put the C stick on the right side over there. Why is it there instead of down right? Like a Pro Controller where Switch does it right, but Wii U Pro, that was so awkward to play with if you had to move around. Also aim. Wii Motion. Wii itself, great console. It was really great at the time. Wii Mode and Nunchuck itself, it's lacking buttons. And with the Wii Mode and Nunchuck, you didn't have free camera aim at all. Like with the GameCube controller and Switch Pro, you would move around the camera anytime you want. But with Wii Mode and Nunchuck, you can't do that. You feel like Wii Mode and Nunchuck are two separate controllers. Yeah, if Wii Mode itself, I think it's B. But with Nunchuck, I think it goes a little bit higher, like here then. This one I think I've seen actually. This is an Atari controller, isn't it? Oh, Philips CDI. Man. The only games that I know for Philips CDI are those Zelda games.
Oh boy!
I wanna play those one day. But the controller itself, that looks so weird, D-pad. But there's 3 buttons which I kinda find interesting, honestly. I'm gonna put it there. There's a lot of different PlayStation controllers, and I've played with all of them. PlayStation 1 itself, it doesn't have joysticks at all, only the D-pad. PlayStation 5 controller in other hands, I've played with it. I don't own a console, but I've played with it, and it felt nice. I did like it. It's up here for me. Here's a big one I like. I personally like DualShock 4. It's a kind of a controller I use with PC games, Steam. It's a really good controller. I can just plug it in and play. The controller itself also feels really nice in hands to me. I like it. Maybe, okay, for that reason I should put it on S tier, honestly. Okay, what is this? I've never seen this one before. Yeah, you go there. Wow, not a gamer. Yeah, I'm not a gamer. I play Nintendo and Sony games, huh? 6 buttons and 2 D-pads or something. Well, joystick and... It's looked like a CD. It's looked like a CD. You can open it and put CD inside it. It looks so weird. CD holder, I don't know. You know those old CD things if you're not a zoomer. Now SNES controller. I think SNES controller is it's a solid controller. However, this is an American version, so it has a really weird buttons, you know. It's not the colors of the buttons, but the button-like layout. It's not like a circular Conway buttons. Yeah, that's what I don't like in this SNES controller. That's why I will put it on B. But if it was a EU version, the PAL version or a Japanese version with those colored buttons, red, blue, green, and yellow, then it will be A tier. But I'll keep it on an A tier still. May I ask you, what is the point of this controller if it doesn't have like any buttons? That's Steam controller, emulates mouse. Those are touchpads. Okay, that's interesting. I think it's a solid C. Wii U gamepad is such a freaking large controller, but I find it better than a Pro controller for Wii U Pro. However, touchpad, yeah, it has its own uses. I think it's on a kind of same level with the Wii U Pro controller, personally, but it's just a big controller, so... This is the original, right? The very first Xbox controller. And the buttons are so weirdly over there too. I never used this controller, but I've seen it before. The original looks quite good.
You what?
What the fuck, A? What do you mean, A? People hated that controller so much they had to make a new Xbox controller. Oh. So they made this. Yeah, that looks like a solid A tier as well. 360 is easy S tier, honestly. It's I've played with it. It's solid. I like the shoulder buttons being like those digitals. You just press them and they come back in, you know. And the layout just looks good, and it feels good in a hand too. Wait, is one of these Xbox One? They kind of look similar to 360. A little bit different, like layout. It's different from 360, both are pretty similar. Yeah, they look really similar to 360, but just like a X tier. I'll put an X tier there, yeah. They're solid A tier still, both of them. It looks like it. Yeah, I think this is better now. Well, what else do we need to change, chat? Everything. Alright, let's just scratch everything. I'm gonna put it like that.